Alrighty, so let's go ahead and count this down from 3 for game number 1. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. This is Batfoy, I believe, making his debut back in Classic Tetris Monthly. He won the Masters event back in the day. He is... his reputation precedes him. Got the top 4 of CTWC 2019. I was there for it. It was pretty cool. And he's just an OG. And Melon, I think a newer player to the scene, but still established in their own right. Really excellent player, qualified for gold bracket of CTWC. I'll never forget the fact that, like, they had 25 max outs total when they qualified for CTWC, and they got like 6 in qualifying alone. Just a amazing qualifying day, and you know, they deserve it. I mean, they're an amazing, consistent player, and they've beat me whenever we've played. And we're tied up here with about 73,340 points. Not about, exactly that for both players. Melon will score. Batfoy will score as well. And we're still tied. Nice. Same score, but now both players have to dig. Yeah, I was there for CTWC 2019. Yeah, because it's in Portland, so I just went. I'm like, yeah, I live in Portland. I will just go to that building over there. 4. Gotcha. It wasn't 6, it was 4. Yeah, still really impressive. That was CTWC 2021, I believe, that they qualified for. We've got 148,000 points for Melonsoda and 134,000 points for Batfoy. But Melon's got his Tetris. As I said that, so now they're up 2 Tetrises. Yeah, I started playing in February 2019. And yeah, I think my progress was slower than some, faster than others, but yeah, it took me like 2 years to max out. And there's a Tetris for Batfoy. And a Tetris for Melonsoda. We've got ourselves 239,000 for Melonsoda and 183,000 for Batfoy. About 50,000 points in the lead for the Filipino. Yeah, that was that chart that I was trying to draw up, where I was showing like the PB progress of people compared against one another, which is honestly a very masochistic exercise, and I'm not going to do it anymore because it is not exactly fun to see that. But it is interesting to see how people's prior skills feed into their Tetris, and the factors that affect the speed of improvement. You know, it's very useful to know how to improve quickly at something. There's a Tetris for Batfoy. He's got a very awkward stack with a spire in the middle, but with a favorable piece sequence, he should be able to clean it up without much headache. Favorable is not what this piece sequence is, though. Oh, had the line spin set up, missed it by a frame or two, but that was a nice idea at least. 336,000 for Melon and 303,000 for Batfoy. Yeah, we all move at different speeds, no question. Like, Wallbant had ridiculous... I think Wallbant maxed in like 6 months from starting to play the game. But he also was like a, you know, I think like a sub-10 average speed cuber before then. And had all sorts of prior skills. And yeah, I think that when you already know how to get good at something, you train pretty damn efficiently. Like, you don't really waste any time. I certainly wasted a lot of time just playing the damn game while listening to podcasts and not really trying to play any better. And we could call it wasting time, or we could say, you know what, I enjoyed chilling and playing the damn game, passing the time during the pandemic, so, you know, I don't think it's not anything to feel guilty about, doing something the way you enjoy it. And we got ourselves 413,000 points for Melon at a really high slope stack there for a second, but scores to bring it down. 407,000 points for Batfoy, so the lead's certainly in Melon's favor, but it's could change hands any minute. Yeah, Wellbant's a really good speedcuber. Actually has like YouTube popularity because of speedcubing. Got a few cool YouTube videos. Yeah, Sidnev, there's certainly a lot of startling stories of. I think Batfoy's progress was also faster than most. That was touched on during the interview of CTWC 2019. Arda Okal, I think, asked Batfoy like, how many hours a day do you practice? And Batfoy was like a few hours a week, and it was like this blew people's minds. They assumed that you must have to play like 8 hours a day to get that good. But yeah, some people just know how to practice, and they practice efficiently, and they get there without too much grinding. And more power to them. Melon hits transition with a terrible board, and they're gonna bring it down. And it looks like they'll survive here, hopefully. It's not guaranteed, but they're making good moves here. Oh gosh. Wait, those J's aren't so good. Okay, Melon. Nice moves. Great survival here. Goodness me. 550,000 for Melon. 537,000 for Batfoy. And Batfoy is behind in lines, about 9 lines back. So Batfoy, I think at this point, has the pace advantage. He's just burned a little less than Melon in this situation. Once again, we see a playstyle difference. Melonsoda is a hyper tapper. Batfoy is a DAS player, just like Torza, so has the slower movement. Melonsoda can jitter click on the controller and get, I don't know how fast their movement speed is. I'm guessing it's like 13 to 15 hertz, which is 13 to 15 taps per second. Maybe slower or higher. I don't know their specific movement speed. It kind of differs depending on just genetics. And it is pretty darn close. We're neck and neck here. Batfoy has managed to take the lead with a Tetris, and he's got a clean board. Melon still isn't clean here. Great moves, nice survival. Goodness me, absolutely. Yeah, I have a habit of wording things in a very old-timey kind of way. It makes me happy, but it's also kind of weird. But hey, you gotta express yourself how it pleases you, and Batfoy is gonna top out, piles up the middle, 622,000. So Melon needs a Chasedown still. This is not free by any means. They've got a down stack and score still. 622,000 is a target. You get 623, you're good. They're gonna misdrop that S piece. Whoa. Oh no, Melon, oh, they're gonna top out. Game number 1, they had about a Tetris separating them from the score, but just could not get those final points. And heart number 1 goes to Batfoy. Oh, Melon's nerves are bad? Right, that's understandable. I would be too, playing against Batfoy. And Melon is ready, and Batfoy is ready, both of them hovering over the number 3. Let's count it down from 3 for game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Just flicked a bottle cap and it pinged perfectly against the lamp. Yeah, Melon's got this. I would say that Melon is as scary a player to play against as Batfoy. Maybe he doesn't have the same sort of history that Batfoy has, but still certainly a really skilled competitive player in their own regard. Oh, but in this particular moment, they need all the skill they can get to downstack out of an early dig. Just did not set up favorably here. Oh no, they have a T-spin set up, couldn't get it in time. They need something for the left, and they're not going to get it to the left. They top out at 5,300. 5,320 points. Melon tops out. Batfoy, you're good. That's already game number 2. They're just taking a moment here. Oh, goodness. Hovering 3. Let's count it down from 3. Let's not dwell on that. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, so it's not 0. They're saying, like, at least I scored some damn points. Didn't join Club 0. Club Zero, for those who don't know, is the term for the, you know, metaphorical club that you join if you top out in competition with 0 points. Oh, and Batfoy, go ahead. No, just start, Batfoy. No worries. Yep, you just go ahead and start on 18. There's no need to reset. I've done that like 5 times in competition. It's fine. Just start. Yeah, so Batfoy will just be behind by 5 lines, but it's all good. It'd be a little weirder if like you started on 18, but then there was a glitch or something, but it's because it's started on the wrong level. Just start on the right level, we're good. So we're gonna have to kind of correct for the scores with the line count here, because Batfoy is back by, you know, 7 lines. But it's 74,000 for Melon at 19 lines, 47,000 for Batfoy at 10 lines. Batfoy has, you know, 2 Tetrises on the board. Melon has 3, and there's a 4th with the Dirty Tetris. Batfoy is set up, waiting for the bar. He's still waiting. They're getting droughted here. There we go. He gets it. Boom, Tetris. Creates that dependency. It was an interesting move. Batfoy creates a J dependency because it would create a nice flat left side that he could use to build a slope. That's a smart move. It seems risky, but it's really not. It's a wise choice in a lot of situations. Melon scores a Tetris. They need to create a long bar dependency here. Can't really afford to wait. Batfoy getting set up here, and we've got 150,000 for Melon and 127,000 for Batfoy. Melon's ahead by a Tetris's worth of points, but also ahead by more than a Tetris's worth of lines. So, and now Batfoy takes the real-time lead, just hasn't had to dig. Sure, yeah, Batfoy being accused by Vicious Rhubarb in chat of intentionally starting on level 13 to waste time and gain an advantage. But nah, yeah, it's I've done that like like probably 6 times in competition. Oh, Batfoy tried to do a move there with an adjustment for the square, but I think he lost DAS. Had to make a different decision, but he almost had a really nice cleanup there. He's taken some skims about halfway up the board. Melon, though, is clean and has taken the lead back. Scores of Tetris goes up to 247,000. Batfoy with 185,000. It's down stacking. Oh, it did. Tugi said the same thing Rhubarb said word for word. Interesting. Now we're both clean and scoring here. You committed a war crime 20 seconds later. Oh gosh, delayed VITs are war crimes. Yeah, the delayed VITs is a very controversial move. Maybe we'll get a C1 from one of these players if they want to demonstrate. Actually, I would not recommend doing that because I don't want you to die. The delayed VITs is a really dangerous move where essentially you create a tuck setup for a long bar, for a vertical long bar, that can only get a long bar tucked in. No other piece can access it because of how the top of the tuck is structured. It's called a VITs, or a vertical I-tuck setup. And it has killed many a good player. It's kind of a swag move. It's rarely the right move, if ever. It's kind of more of a humorous move than anything. What is the... I'm not sure what Rhubarb was saying there, but we've got 397,000 points for Melon and 355,000 points for Batfoy. So he is trailing by about 2 Tetrises, but also behind by 2 Tetrises worth of lines. So again, the pace difference is not as wide as it seems. But of course, it's worth noting, you know, pace aside, yeah, maybe Batfoy's ahead in pace, but If you die with good pace but less points, you still lose. You know, at the end of the day, what matters is the real-time score. Batfoy set up dirty. Boom, scores a dirty Tetris. Pretty high in a center well. Now just getting this dug out the old-fashioned way. 471 for Melon and 390 for Batfoy. True, Bobbert Jones has a good point, which is that you can still burn out of a delayed Vits if you get the right pieces, especially certain situations a flat J will burn, other situations a vertical L will burn and clear out the overhang without the need for a long bar, but it's pretty difficult. Nice lead here for Melon, 518,000. Approaching the 19 transition. Batfoy also approaching it at 440,000. Melon transitions first. Batfoy has one line to go. He's going to take a double. He's up high now. Takes another double. Single skim, scores a Tetris. Boom, 470,000. 555 for Melon. He's trailing by about 70,000 points, but, you know, he's has a clean board and a few lines in hand. And he's staying clean. Oh, not anymore. He just overhung something. He needs a bar, basically. He gets a bar, scores a Tetris. Now he needs to clean this up. Perfect double. Wow. Oh, he needs some slick moves here. I don't know if he has those moves. Let's see. Oh, yeah, nobody has those moves. He's going to top out at 506,000. Gets killed there by an overshift on the right side. Wasn't able to get it cleaned up even after a Tetris. Just a top out there at 506,000, and Melonsoda is good. And manages to survive getting swept. Now it's Melon looking for the reverse sweep. Batfoy is hovering 3. Melon is hovering 3. We're ready to get this underway. Let's jump in. This is game number 4. We're counting it down from 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Here we go. And yeah, so putting the playstyles in context, Batfoy, a DAS player, has that 10 shifts per second. That's how fast he can go with that. Maybe a little faster with certain techniques, but you know, on average it's about 10. Melon, faster than that, probably 12 to 15 hertz. That's how fast the average hypertapper can go. And rollers can get, you know, up to 26 hertz, you know, 24 to 26 shifts per second consistently. 68,000 points for Batfoy, 47,000 points for Melon. Oh, they're going to score a dirty Tetris. Beautiful. Really nice move there, and that actually cleared out the burn situation without the need for many, you know, singles, doubles, or triples. 30 hertz roll. Yeah, so Game Theory Expert brings up a point which I was going to cover, and then there was an interesting thing happening on the playfield. 30 hertz is kind of the mythological limit of rolling. 30 hertz requires perfect alternating inputs on the frames. So it's a 60 frame per second game, so you have to hit frame on, frame off, frame on, frame off. That's how your taps have to go. Yeah, and when I say that rollers can hit 24 to 27 hertz, I'm talking about what you can expect to be able to hit. And the 30 hertz is kind of like, because it requires 5 frame perfect taps, it's essentially random. It's governed by probability whether or not a roller can hit that. Maybe someone will be able to hit it consistently one day, but right now we don't know anybody who can consistently hit a 30 shift per second roll. People can hit it, I've done it, but it's just something that you have to try a bunch, and maybe you get it once or twice out of a few dozen attempts. 211,000 points for Melon, 192,000 points for Batfoy. Yeah, exactly. So Game Theory Expert is saying you have to be frame perfect. Yes. But you don't have to be frame perfect once. You have to be frame perfect 4 or 5 times, right? So it's a series of frame perfect inputs. So you think about the odds of hitting one input frame perfect, I'll multiply that by 5. Or whatever. I don't know what the math, it's not multiplying. I don't know what the math is for probability. Don't at me. Actually, please at me. I'm really curious to know what the odds are. But pretty darn close here. Melon leading by a Tetris worth of points. 307,000 for Melon, 264,000 for Batfoy. Now you may say, Xeno, that's 40,000 points. That's 2 Tetrises. Well, the reason for that is because when I said Melon's leading by a Tetris, they scored a Tetris and Batfoy didn't, so the score changed. So, you know, forgive me. Given conditional probabilities, sure, it is a whole thing, and it's probably something like, it's the odds that you don't hit it, and then you subtract it or take the inverse. It's one of those things. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, so like, if you think about the speed of a roller, think of 30 hertz as the asymptote. You know, an asymptote being like the line or the point that a graph approaches as you get higher and higher. It like reaches a limit, and that limit is 30 hertz. So you can get close, but rarely can you actually hit it, except if you get lucky. 406,000 for Melon, 347,000 for Batfoy. About a 60,000 point lead now for the Filipino. Assuming each finger roll is independent, it's chance to not hit times number of taps. Okay, gotcha. So the chance you miss times the number of taps is the chance that you miss the roll. I'm not sure. So there's some kind of debate going on about like independent probabilities and stuff. So that's what I was worried about, is we would ignite an argument about probability theory, and it's interesting. I'd love to keep up with that, but you know, I got a game to commentate. Oh, nice adjustment for Melon. Melon went for a Tetris, realized they weren't Tetris ready, and pulled it back. You know, putting that long bar in column 10 would just be an unnecessary triple, and so they adjusted really well and actually found a good spot for the long bar. I'll score 546,000 points for Melon, 447,000 points for Batfoy. Melon's way ahead in lines, though. They're ahead by about 5 lines. It's not way ahead, I guess. I think it's fair to treat each finger as independent for a roller, because you aren't guaranteed to have perfect 30 tap per second intervals when you roll. You're almost certainly off a little bit because it's biological. So I think it's fair to treat it independently. But then at that point, you also get into like the refresh rate of the game, dropping inputs, and it's a lot of variables. I would love to see a deep analysis on that, like a write-up or something like that. I would love to read that. If somebody really good at this stuff wants to analyze that, please DM me your thoughts on that, because I'm very curious. 632,000 points for Melon, 596,000 points for Batfoy. Oh, Boxy inviting me into Rocket League after this game. I would love to play Rocket League, Boxy. I might have to get off at some point, but I can certainly play some Rocket League. I think I have something planned in a few hours, but before then, I would love to. Melon on level 22 with 718,000. It's a nice score. I won't say the P word. The P word is pace. There, I said it. But we won't talk too much about the ratio of score to lines. We'll let Melon stack here. It's 747,000 for Melon, 661,000 for Batfoy. And people don't like you talking too much about like what kind of a pace they're on, because it's distracting, right? I mean, you just want to focus on placing pieces one piece at a time, but when you think about like, oh, I could PB in competition, I could, whatever, like it's really intimidating for people and makes them nervous. It's better just to let him focus, you know? And of course, here I am talking about it. Batfoy is still on a nice score here, 732,000 points, 842,000 for Melon. They lead by over 100,000 points. Yep, people rooting for Melon in the chat. Yeah, Melon's cool. So they're going to go ahead and down stack here. You see here that they're being careful. They're not really going aggressive or going for Tetrises because they know they're in the lead. They don't need a, you know, crazy Tetris or big points here or anything. They need to survive. You know, if they die here, that's what gives Batfoy the game. And Batfoy, oh gosh, he's going to top out there. Whoa. Wait. Okay, he's going to top out anyway. I didn't see that coming. Batfoy just railed a Tetris at the last second. Holy crap. That was really cool. GG. Batfoy unfortunately loses there. We go to a decider. But that's pretty funny though. I was like, yeah, he's going to top out, and then he just scores in front of my face. That was awesome. Melon's going to play this one out. See if they can pull a max out. Boom, Tetris. One more Tetris will do it. I think they're going to need to. I don't know how good Melon's kill screen is, but I don't think they can, like, line out and max out consistently. Ooh, nice move it with that J. Oh, they're getting droughted. Final long bar, they can't get it over. They don't max out. They're one off max out. They just got droughted. Piled up a little too high. The garbage up at the top blocked the bar. 984,000 points. Melon put up a great game there. GG. Just reading back on the chat a little bit. Giga Surreal, big fan of Batfoy there. Giga Surreal, I genuinely, like I said this in the announcement in the Discord kind of jokingly, I revere both of these players. Melon's amazing. Batfoy, I studied this kid's gameplay, like, to learn how to stack. Like, Batfoy uploaded all of his max outs back in the day on YouTube. I just watched a bunch of his max outs in, like, slow motion, trying to figure out how the hell he was so good. You know, both of these players I have great respect for and big fans of. So I think there's, I put an equal sign there, personally. Melon, though, agrees Batfoy is better than Melon. Well, we're hovering 3. We're at a decider, so Batfoy is not that much better than Melon. Let's count it down from 3. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We're getting into the games here. Melon's got the bar, the J dependency on the left side of the stack. They'll fill it in, no problem there. Gonna have to take a triple to bring the stack down. Loses a little bit of efficiency here at the beginning. It's like 4 burns for Melon, 2 burns for Batfoy here. So nice efficiency for both players early on. Yeah, I don't think you can really measure somebody's skill based on who they've beat or who they haven't beat, because a lot of that just comes down to how someone's playing that particular day. But, yeah, no question both these players are wonderful. Wonderful to watch, scary to play, and they're playing each other here, and we're really close in score. 101,000 points for Melon, 97,000 points for Batfoy. Almost the same line count. Some people also suck at qualifying, sure, yeah. Hello, that's me. I don't do too well in maybe I do well in qualifiers and I just don't notice. Maybe I just have overly high expectations. Batfoy has some awkward digs here. Almost had a T-spin triple setup. Great burn with that J. That was a nice decision. Melon scores a Tetris. Batfoy scores a Tetris. Nice S-spin. Beautiful solve for Batfoy. Melon leads by about 40,000 points. Similar line counts here. Both our players have a nice efficiency. People saying they suck in the chat. Y'all don't suck, you're cool. No one's bad at Tetris. Except for me. Tetris for Melon there. 316,000 points for the Filipino. 269,000 points for the American. So this lead widening a little bit for Melon. Oh, that adjustment for Batfoy. Batfoy adjusted for a J piece on the left. It created another J dependency. And then he got two J pieces. He's getting that roller RNG. Not even a roller. Rhubarb's being awfully entertaining in the chat today. I wish the YouTube crowd could see that, but they are stuck watching the game and hearing what I say about the Twitch chat. That's all they've got. Hey YouTube, if you guys want to see the actual game and see the chat, even participate yourself, see this as it's happening live, go check out the monthly Tetris Twitch channel. It should be linked to the YouTube description. Go check us out, give us a follow. What do you do with the follows? We're trying to grow the channel. And yeah, it's always a big event whenever these play. Awful lot of fun. And it's 421,000 points for Melon, 415,000 points for Batfoy. Pretty darn close here. Batfoy's been able to eat into this lead. But Melon still has the lead for now. Hey, speaking of follows, Merle can't beat Dark Souls 2. I think that's the name. Followed. Classic Tetris Monthly. Thank you for that. Mr. I can't beat Dark Souls 2. Got it. It's Mr. It's Mr. I can't beat. Okay. Yeah, that took me like way longer than I should have. Yeah, thank you for the follow there. We'd love to see it. Barely a lead for Melon here. Batfoy, I think, has actually overtaken Melon in efficiency at this point. Behind in lines. Barely behind in score. And we're approaching the transition. Both players need to clean up their boards and keep it low because the speed's about to increase at 130 lines. Did I even play Dark Souls 2? That's a great question, Ian. I don't know. Ooh, Batfoy undershifts that square left. Couldn't get it all the way over with Das. Okay, gonna score a Tetris, but now he hits transition with a bad left side. Gonna fill it in with a J piece. Ooh, and they're not able to rotate another J piece. Okay, he has to stack this. Has to be really careful. He's at the edge of his movement right now. Nice burns. Okay. Melon's taking the lead, stacking clean and scoring in the meantime. Batfoy gets it open, gets a bar, burns it down. He's clean on the right side again. Holy crap, my heart was in my throat. It's 534 for Melon, who's now in a dig of their own. 585 for Batfoy. Both the players are digging now. Oh, and Batfoy overshifts a T-piece. Oh my gosh, the pole vault. No, they're done. They're going to top out for real this time at 587,000. Melon cleans it up, meanwhile, keeps playing, and they survive and go on to face Ramatians in round 2. Oh dear. GG. Batfoy gets knocked out round 1. The legend gotta wait another month to play in CTM again. GG's. Melon, you are good. And they're going to top out there. And oh, look at that relief. They're crumpling in relief. Oh, goodness. GG. Well played to both players.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.